Why do so many seniors wake up between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m.? Is it just a part of getting older, or is your body trying to warn you about something deeper? You're lying there wide awake in the dark, tired but restless. And it keeps happening night after night. You're not alone. Millions over 65 struggle with these mysterious early wake-ups. But here's the truth. This isn't random. It could be your body's way of sending a message about your hormones, your heart, even your future health. And the most surprising part? Reason number 3 is something almost every senior overlooks, but it could change everything. Let's compare two seniors. Richard, 78, wakes up at 2:45 a.m. every night. No noise, no nightmare, just suddenly awake. He tosses, turns, checks the clock, and lies there wondering what's wrong with him. He's more tired during the day, irritable with family, and starting to lose motivation for even the things he enjoys. Then there's Helen, 81. She used to wake at 3 a.m. too, but now she sleeps deeply until morning. The difference? She learned what her body was trying to say and made a few simple changes that gave her nights back. This video isn't just about sleep. It's about health, energy, peace of mind, and the hidden messages your body sends between 2 and 4 a.m. By the end, you'll understand the 5 most common reasons seniors wake up at this exact time, and the small, natural changes that can lead to deep, healing rest. Do you ever wake up between 2 and 4 a.m.? Drop a comment below and say, "Me too." If you've been there, let's see how many of us are in the same boat. And while you're here, make sure to subscribe for more honest, science-backed insights to help you sleep, feel, and live better after 70. Reason 1, blood sugar dips, the midnight glucose trap. You may not realize it, but one of the most common causes for waking up at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. could be hiding in your bloodstream. Let's revisit Richard, age 78. He had no idea anything was wrong. Sure, he woke up every night around 3 a.m., but he chalked it up to normal aging. What he didn't know: his blood sugar was crashing while he slept. Here's how it works. When you eat dinner, especially one heavy in refined carbs, sweets, or lacking protein, your blood sugar spikes. Hours later, your body starts trying to regulate it. But as we age, our ability to maintain stable glucose levels declines. That means while you're asleep, your blood sugar can dip too low, triggering a quiet stress response. Your adrenal glands release adrenaline and cortisol to bring your sugar back up. And guess what? Those are the same hormones your body releases when you're in danger. So you wake up, heart racing, maybe a little sweaty, wide-eyed, and you don't know why. This is called nocturnal hypoglycemia, and it's more common than most seniors realize. Even if you're not diabetic, fluctuating insulin sensitivity, changes in meal timing, or light dinners without enough protein can lead to this. What you can do tonight: have a light, protein-based snack 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Try a boiled egg, a tablespoon of almond butter, a small slice of turkey or chicken, a few spoonfuls of cottage cheese. Avoid late-night sugary snacks or caffeine. That sweet tea or biscuit before bed might feel comforting, but it's setting your body up for a 3 a.m. alarm clock. Balance your dinner. A good rule of thumb: include healthy fats, lean protein, and complex carbs in your evening meal to slow digestion and keep glucose steady overnight. Stay hydrated, but don't overdo fluids before bed, which can wake you up for other reasons. More on that later. If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, track your evening blood sugar. Speak with your doctor about whether your nighttime levels might be too low, especially if you take insulin or other medications that can drop glucose. Richard made one change. He added a tablespoon of peanut butter on a slice of whole grain toast before bed. Within days, his 3 a.m. wake-ups vanished. He started sleeping through the night again and felt sharper, calmer, and more refreshed every morning. So if you're waking up in the dark and can't explain why, check what and when you're eating. Because sometimes better sleep doesn't start with a pill. It starts with protein. Reason 2, hormonal imbalance, when melatonin and cortisol get out of sync. You've probably heard of melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. But what most seniors don't know is that after 70, your body doesn't make melatonin the way it used to. And that can wreak havoc on your sleep patterns, especially between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Let's look at Helen, age 82. She used to sleep like a rock. But lately, she'd wake up at exactly 3:15 a.m., fully alert. No sounds, no dreams, just wide-eyed and anxious. She'd lie awake for hours, exhausted but restless. Her doctor explained something surprising. Her melatonin production had dropped, while her cortisol levels, the hormone that keeps us alert and focused, we're kicking in too early. You see, our body runs on an internal clock called the circadian rhythm. In younger years, this rhythm is finely tuned. Melatonin rises at night, telling the brain, it's time to sleep. Cortisol rises in the early morning, telling the brain, it's time to wake up. But aging often flips this balance. Melatonin doesn't rise as high or stay elevated. Meanwhile, cortisol sneaks in early, waking you up between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. before your body is ready. Why it matters? These hormonal shifts don't just affect your sleep. They influence your mood, immune system, memory, and even heart health. When cortisol rises too early or too sharply, you may feel anxious upon waking, restless through the night, wired at the wrong times, and drowsy during the day. Left unchecked, this imbalance can lead to chronic fatigue, brain fog, or even depression in older adults. What you can do about it? Dim your lights after sunset. Bright light, especially from screens, blocks melatonin. Use warm-toned lamps or night mode on your devices. Avoid TV or scrolling your phone 1 hour before bed. This artificial light tells your brain it's still daytime. Try a melatonin-friendly wind-down routine. Take a warm shower, stretch gently, or read under soft lighting. Get morning sunlight. Ironically, what you do in the morning affects how well you sleep at night. Light in your eyes before 10 a.m. helps reset your body clock. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Even that afternoon tea can delay your melatonin release by hours. Consider natural melatonin boosters. Tart cherry juice, magnesium glycinate, or even low-dose melatonin supplements, talk to your doctor, can help restore balance. Helen made just 2 changes. She switched off screens by 8 p.m. and started taking a short morning walk in sunlight. Within 2 weeks, she was falling asleep faster and sleeping through till morning for the first time in months. So if you keep waking between 2 and 4 a.m., your hormones might be whispering, help me reset. And the good news? You can. Reason 3. Overactive bladder or late-night fluids, the most common, most ignored cause. Let's be honest, no one wants to talk about bathroom habits. But if you're waking up between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., your bladder may be the real alarm clock. Meet George, 81. He prided himself on drinking water all day, especially in the evening. He'd have a full glass after dinner, another before bed, and sometimes tea while watching TV. But every night, 2:30 a.m., then again at 4 a.m. He was up and down like clockwork, exhausted by sunrise. When his doctor asked about his hydration habits, George was surprised to learn that late-night drinking, even water, is one of the most common causes of nocturnal awakenings in older adults. Why this happens? As we age, the bladder's capacity shrinks. At the same time, antidiuretic hormone, which helps our bodies produce less urine at night, declines. This means your bladder fills faster. Your urge to urinate comes sooner, and it takes less fluid than you think to wake you up. Plus, many seniors experience an overactive bladder, even without a medical diagnosis. That means even a small amount of fluid can trigger the need to go, especially when lying down. The hidden sources of nighttime fluids is not just water. Think about herbal tea, juicy fruits like watermelon or oranges, soups or broths with dinner, alcohol, which dehydrates and irritates the bladder. Even healthy habits like sipping tea to relax can backfire if done too close to bedtime. What you can do about it? Limit fluid intake 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Yes, stay hydrated, but front-load your water. Drink more in the morning and afternoon. Empty your bladder twice before bed. Go once after dinner, then again just before lying down, even if you don't feel the urge. Skip the nighttime tea. Chamomile may calm your nerves, but it won't help if it wakes your bladder. Cut alcohol early. Even a glass of wine can disrupt your sleep through both bladder stimulation and dehydration. Talk to your doctor if it happens more than once a night. You may have nocturia or an overactive bladder that needs managing. George made a single shift. He stopped drinking fluids after 7 p.m. and replaced his bedtime tea with a few pages of a book. Within days, his 2 a.m. wake-ups vanished, and he finally started getting that deep, uninterrupted rest his body had been craving. So if your sleep keeps getting cut short by the call of nature, it might be time to look at when you're drinking, not just how much. Because the path to better sleep may start with your cup. Still watching? Comment, better sleep starts here, if you're committed to getting full, restful nights after 70. And while you're here, tap that subscribe button and turn on the bell. We're just getting started on helping you sleep deeper, live longer, and feel your best every day. Reason 4. Anxiety, grief, or emotional restlessness, when the mind won't sleep. Sometimes waking up at 3 a.m. has nothing to do with your bladder or blood sugar. Sometimes it's your mind that won't let you rest. Meet Dolores, 84. She'd lost her husband 3 years ago. She said she was doing fine, smiling, social. But every night, like clockwork, she woke up at 3:11 a.m. She'd lie in the dark thinking, regretting, replaying memories, and by morning she was tired, tearful, and unsure why she couldn't sleep through. Her doctor explained something powerful. Grief, unresolved anxiety, and emotional stress often surface in the early morning hours, when the mind is least distracted. Why it happens? Between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., our brains shift into a lighter sleep stage called REM, rapid eye movement. That's when emotional processing ramps up. Your mind starts sorting through the day's feelings, old memories, and even subconscious fears. For many seniors, these early hours unlock unprocessed grief, loneliness, or past regrets. And since cortisol, your stress hormone, naturally rises during this time to prepare for waking, even a small emotional wake can tip you into full alertness. What it feels like: waking up suddenly with a racing heart, feeling uneasy or sad with no clear reason, thoughts looping or obsessing over small worries, being unable to fall back asleep despite feeling tired. These are not just mental issues, they're neurological patterns that age can amplify. Left unaddressed, they can turn into full-blown insomnia, depression, or anxiety disorders. What you can do about it: create a calming pre-bed ritual, light stretching, soft music, journaling for 5 minutes. Anything to help offload emotions before sleep. Use a worry window. Spend 10 minutes each evening writing down what's on your mind. Then close the journal and mentally shelve it until morning. Practice slow breathing if you wake up anxious. Try the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly for 8 seconds. Repeat until your body settles. Talk to someone. Unspoken grief weighs heavy. A conversation with a friend, counselor, or faith leader can unlock healing and sleep. Avoid stimulating thoughts before bed. No heavy news, dramatic shows, or intense conversations. Protect your emotional peace like a fragile flame. Dolores started writing down one sentence every night before bed. Today, I release what I cannot change. Sounds simple. But within 2 weeks, her 3:11 a.m. wake-ups faded, and her mornings felt lighter. So if you're waking up with a full heart and a spinning mind, maybe your body isn't restless. Maybe your soul just needs soothing. Reason 5. Low oxygen or silent sleep apnea, the hidden danger few seniors notice. Sometimes waking up between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. isn't about what you ate, drank, or thought. Sometimes your body is fighting for air, and you don't even know it. Meet Frank, 79. He didn't snore loudly. He didn't feel short of breath. But his wife noticed he'd suddenly jolt awake some nights, gasping quietly, then falling right back asleep. Frank chalked it up to bad dreams or just aging. But a sleep study revealed the real culprit: silent sleep apnea. What is silent sleep apnea? Sleep apnea is a condition where breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep. Many assume it always involves loud snoring, but for seniors it can be much quieter. It's called silent because it doesn't always come with dramatic gasping or choking. Instead, oxygen levels gradually drop, and your body wakes you up to restart proper breathing. These episodes often happen in the early morning hours, when REM sleep increases and muscles naturally relax more. Why it matters? Every time your body wakes to breathe, it pulls you out of deep, restorative sleep. You may not even realize it, but your brain and heart do. Over time, this causes daytime fatigue, memory issues, high blood pressure, increased risk of stroke or heart disease. And for seniors, even mild untreated apnea can raise the risk of cognitive decline. Signs you might have it even if you don't snore: waking up with a dry mouth or headache, feeling unrest even after 7 to 8 hours in bed, frequently waking between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. without explanation, gasping or jerking awake even subtly, your partner noticing breathing pauses. What you can do about it: track your sleep. Use a wearable sleep tracker or an app to see if your oxygen dips overnight. Get a sleep study. Many can now be done at home. It's painless and could save your life. Elevate your head slightly while sleeping. This can help open your airway and reduce obstructions. Avoid alcohol or sedatives before bed. They relax your throat muscles, making apnea worse. Maintain a healthy weight. Extra weight around the neck can narrow your airway. Consult your doctor. There are simple treatments, like CPAP machines or dental devices, that can dramatically improve sleep and health. Frank resisted the sleep study for years. But once diagnosed and fitted with a simple nasal device, he said it felt like he'd finally slept for the first time in a decade. His blood pressure improved, his thinking got clearer, and most importantly, he stopped waking at 3 a.m. So if you're waking often with no clear reason, don't ignore the silent signals. Your body might be gasping for help while you sleep. Let's recap the 5 surprising reasons you might be waking up between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Blood sugar dips. When your glucose crashes, your body wakes up in panic. Hormonal imbalance. Cortisol and melatonin out of sync can wreak havoc on your sleep. Overactive bladder or late-night fluids. That glass of water before bed might be the culprit. Emotional restlessness, grief, worry, and racing thoughts. Don't sleep when you do. Silent sleep apnea. Low oxygen may be disturbing your rest without a sound. If one or more of these reasons struck a chord with you, you're not alone. The truth is, your body is trying to talk to you. And when you start listening, your nights and days get better. But here's the good news. You don't need to fix everything overnight. Start with just one small change tonight. Cut back on late fluids. Write down one worry. Step into morning sunlight. Because better sleep isn't just about rest. It's about healing, clarity, and adding more vibrant years to your life. Which reason do you think is waking you up? Comment below and let's share tips, support, and stories with each other. Your journey matters, and your voice might help someone else finally sleep through the night. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a moment of guidance, growth, or good rest. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, sleep well.